Hi, welcome to Yarn Tales and Hooks. My name is Anita. Thank you so much for stopping in and spending a few minutes of your day with me. Thank you to those who've been here for a while and those who might be on the newer side. So today we are going to take a look at this book that I received from Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and it is the Mosaic Chart Directory for Knitting and Crochet. And this is by Anna. I'm not even gonna attempt that last name. So this has 75 different designs in here, and I'm gonna take you through this book. So the first section is talking about the designer, Anna. There she is. Okay, and then we have an introduction about mosaic knitting and crochet. And then we have the basics on how to do it, the tools and material that you will need, yarn, and it goes over yarn weights and abbreviations, and then how to read the mosaic charts. Now the charts are all like this, okay? So in overlay mosaic, typically all the charts I have seen, you'll see X's in there when you have to drop down in the row below. So I have to really look at this and follow the instructions they have for reading the crochet chart, because I am not entirely sure at all how you know where you need to drop down for the overlay. So apparently you can read these charts for the mosaic knitting, mosaic crochet, overlay mosaic crochet, and Tunisian mosaic crochet. So the regular mosaic crochet, I was looking at the explanation and everything. So the regular mosaic crochet, I think that's not interlocking. I can't remember the term for it, but it's where you have two rows of color, two rows of the same color, and you chain, and then you drop down over the chain spaces, so then you don't have your tails. You're not cutting the yarn after every row. You're doing the right side and a wrong side in one color, and then you pick up the next color and you do a right side and wrong side. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is right here, the mosaic crochet. And see how the rows, okay, so then the chart, you got a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 6. So I think you do 1 coming this way with that color, and then 2 back that way with that color, I think. I'm not 100%, and I think where the white boxes are is where you are chaining. I might be wrong, but I don't know. Like I said, I have to read this a little bit more thoroughly and play with it a little bit more thoroughly. So then, excuse me, when you come to the overlay chart, this is confusing. Excuse me. This is very confusing to me, because the overlay mosaic chart, you have, sorry, Migos, bumping my tripod. You have a row 1. Where's your row 2? It goes 1, 3. It's all odd numbers. So I'm not sure what's going on with that or how to read that. And then your Tunisian chart is, the rows are marked the same way as the first mosaic chart. I'm just going to move my tripod back because Migo keeps bumping it. Okay, so let's get on to the designs. So the first section is geometric designs. So we have, excuse me, I think I need a drink of water. We have geometric arrows. And again, they only show one chart with all of these. I'm not sure at all why they have so many different types of charts in the beginning, because they don't show all of these charts. They only show one chart, and this is the one with the one and the 2 over here, you come back 3, back for 4. They don't have the overlay mosaic chart where it skips and it only has the odd rows on the chart. So I'm very confused. And next we have arrow 2, so it's just arrows going the other way. And then we have bundle. It's called bundle. And then we have cubic chevron. And then we have chevron. And then we have something called arrowhead. And then you can see it'll tell you if the examples are knit or crochet. And then we have diagonal squares. And here is the crochet version of diagonal squares. And then we have, this is called signature. And some diamonds. And something called illusion. This one's kind of cool. And links. And gems. Waves. Pippin. And on the other side it's called thick and thin. I kind of like that one. And cubes. I feel like we had something that was called cubes already, but that is different. I have done the first mosaic blanket I did. The pattern was very, very similar to this right here. Very similar. It was called the Oliver and Olivia blanket by Marley Bird. And that is Ripple. And we got Marvel. Don't know why it's called Marvel, but I see no resemblance to the comic book Marvel. The Marvel comic. And I forgot what this one was. Striped Diamond. Which I'm not understanding the name for that. Wonder. And then they also have skill levels up in the corner. This one's called Sweetheart. And I'll show you. See, like right by the name. They got your skill level for knitting and crochet both. And spike. And lines. And the next section is titled Aztec. There's that. Aztec 1. And Aztec 2. Aztec 3. Aztec 4. These are not very creative names, are they? Aztec 5. Aztec 6. Aztec 7. I kind of like that. Aztec 7. I like that. Aztec, yeah, 8. Aztec 9. I have a feeling they're just going to be numbered, and that's all it's going to be. Aztec 10 here. Easy skill level. Aztec 11. Easy skill level. Aztec 12. It's also easy skill level. It almost looks like a little person. The head, the arms, and the legs. Well, no. Aztec 13. Aztec 14 and 15. There is 14. And there is 15. And then the next category, sorry, my hand is cramping from holding the book open. The next category is just general. And so first we have a basket weave. And then we have crosses and diamonds. I don't really see diamonds, but okay. I just see crosses. And then we have stairs and little squares. And hearts. That one is 3 hooks, so that's the most difficult one. We have diagonal cables. And what is it? What is this? Brick wall. And we have the ladder. And peaks. And section. Starry Night. Square in a square. Triangles. I've used this motif before. I don't know if it is written exactly the same way, but I've used a similar motif. Candy corn. I don't get it. I don't know why it's called candy corn, but I guess I can see it. Like, here's the bottom, middle, and top, maybe. I don't know. And then chains. And then the next category is nature. So first we have bees. I can see the bees. Can you see the bees? I can see the bees. Cactus. I like the cactus one. And falling leaves. Flower field. Little flowers. Happy little trees. Pine forest. I've done something similar with these trees with a longer line, a middle line, a shorter line to make a tree. It was in a pattern that I did. Forget-me-nots. I think it was in the Sherlock. There was something like that in the Sherlock. Leaves with a pine forest with those little trees. And we have ivy. we're getting near the end. Queen bee. This bee is, I like this bee better than the other one. This is one large bee. And then you wouldn't have to do them yellow lines. You could just make the bee and then do like a solid background, and I feel like the bee would pop out more. More flowers. Trellis. And it's getting harder to fold the pages back the further into the book I go. Excuse me. Tulip. Bloom. Sorry, my phone tried to do an update and it stopped the video. Vine, I don't know if you saw that one. I'm hoping that it didn't cut me off a while ago and I'm just now realizing it. Okay, we have Easter egg. So now we're on seasonal. Easter egg. I thought it was seasonal. What is it called? Yeah, seasonal. And then we have chickens. And reindeer. Reindeer is kind of cute. Snow crystal. And snowflake. Baubles. Oh, Christmas baubles. And Christmas tree. What'd you find, Miko? Oh, he found a chew. He's chewing on something. So then at the end, it's just talking about basic crochet skills, basic knitting skills, joining panels, and blocking, and gauge. And then there's also an index. So if you know the name of something and you want to find it quickly, there it is. So yeah, thank you, Laura, for this book. And like I said, I'm going to have to play with it to fully understand these charts. But, I mean, they also have all the written instructions too, so you don't have to just rely on the charts. But it looks like the written instructions are just knit and crochet. So, like the crochet way where you do a 2 rows of one color and then you do 2 rows of another color and you do the chain spaces. There are no written instructions for Tunisian or overlay mosaic. So, but this is actually really helpful because I prefer this version of crochet, mosaic crochet, because there are not ends. So I saw this, they're like little cards, and they all have different mosaic motifs, but it's for knitting. But if you can read a chart like this for knitting and mosaic, and if it's like the 1 and the 2 that way, I could convert it to, I'm going to call it interlocking, but I'm sure it's not interlocking. There's a different name for it, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. But for that style of mosaic crochet, if I can convert those knitting charts, I might go ahead and purchase those card decks, because they have all sorts of different motifs. They have one for they have a holiday deck. They might even have like it more specific, like a Christmas deck, a Halloween deck, a nature deck, nautical deck, yeah, just all kinds of stuff. So I might have to look into those again. and see if these charts, if I can get these charts to work properly. But again, this was the Mosaic chart directory for knitting and crochet. And thanks again, Laura, for this book. It will come in handy, and sometime soon I will have to play with it. Play with some of these motifs. Yes. And that's all I've got for you for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.